Hey there, everybody. This is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is, what is today? June 9th, you guys. And I made it back from my trip out to Utah with Tyler to go do some Stampin' Up! Stuff with some fellow demonstrators, and then we took some time and did a lot of hiking. So it was definitely a lot of steps that was put onto this body. Oh yeah. So there we are. Look at that. It came up right away. Hi Carla Lake. Hi Karen Cotton. Hi Mitzi Stanley. Thanks for tuning in, you early birds. So we are going to be doing Mystery Night, but as people start to roll in, I will jibber jabber a little bit and tell you a little bit about the trip and how it went. It feels weird. Hi, Robin Stender. It feels weird to be back. It feels nice, actually, to have some like downtime in terms of in-person classes. You guys, I do a lot of in-person classes. Thanks so much, Mitzi. Hi, Betty Pyle. Hi, Laura. I do a lot of in-person classes. And so it was nice having a Wednesday night to do what I wanted. Hi, Bonnie, Kelly. Hi, Hilda Nell. Hi, Deb. Hi, Donna Simmer. And who else is? Oh, and Cindy Miller. Hi. So it's nice to have a free night to myself and not have to worry about preparing and doing stuff. Hi, Sharon Land. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Laura Ann. The trip was supposed to go till Sunday. And so I didn't have anything on the books till Sunday, except for you guys catching up on emails. Hi, Christina. Hi, Susan. Hi, Mary Lemke. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. Oh yeah, you thought you were going to be seeing Kelly. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Andrea. Trickery there, you guys. Well, so originally, yes, it was going to be Kelly. Hi, Cindy and Jody and Amy. The trip was supposed to go till Sunday, and so Kelly was going to do Mystery Night for me. But hi, Sandy Wicklander. But with me coming back basically late Tuesday night, we got in like at midnight. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Jamie. So I told Kelly, and she has a big event that she's doing with the Children's Museum that she was preparing for. So hi, Linda Kester. Hi, Carissa. And so Kelly's doing that. And if I would have been gone till Sunday, Kelly would have been doing the mystery card night with you guys. Actually, mystery card day. I think she was planning to do it on the lunch hour tomorrow. So hi, Pauline. Hi, Lynn Beasley. Hey there, Mo. Hi, Corinne. So the trip went great, you guys. No hiccups whatsoever flying out there. We were a little bit worried, not too much, but there's always these horror stories that you're hearing of people with their flights getting delayed and because of what's going on with the pilots and lack of workers that they're canceling flights left and right. And so we were worried about that a little bit. Hi, Marcia Coolbert. Hi, Donna. Hi, Kathy King. So no problems flying out there. We got in like at noon, and it was, you guys, it was an early morning. I think we got up at 3:30. Hi, Sharon. Yay to your first mystery card night. Woohoo. We'll get rocking and rolling in a little bit. I usually wait for people to get live with me so that we can all start together with Clue 1. Hi, Pat Detlefson. So you guys, I was a little bit worried about getting my order in too. So hi, Betty Ray. So I did get that order in before I left. I woke up before my alarm clock, and that doesn't ever happen, ever. And it was weird because I was set the alarm for 4 and I got up at 3. I woke up at 3, you guys. Hi, Jeannie Parker. Only the whites, but we'll watch along. And oh, Andrea too, we're going to go through all of the pieces. So if you want to pull out some paper, you might be able to get it cut while we go. But you guys, I woke up at 3. Don't ask me why. I have no idea how, but I got my orders put in before Tyler woke up, which was awesome. So yay to that. And the flight went good. So on Wednesday, what we did is the Valley of Fire. Hi, Jane. Thanks so much. We did the Valley of Fire State Park and Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada. And it was good. It took me a little bit to adapt, you guys. I'm used to greens and like humid, like more wet land. It's very dry out there and everything looks dead, like brown, right? It's beautiful, but you have to get used to the whole different perspective. Oh, Donna had shoulder surgery on Saturday and still recovering. You betcha. You guys can watch this and then do the card afterwards. Hi, Helen Chase. It didn't call your name. I don't know if I called anybody's names, Helen. This is Mystery Card Night, so this isn't an actual paid-for class. So everybody gets to do Mystery Card Night with me tonight. So hi, Mary Jean. And so we did Valley of the Fire, and we drove up to St. George because that's where we met. So I'm part of Rhonda Ray. You guys, it's been a while since I've had to talk in front of a camera. I'm part of Rhonda Wade's training group. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Hi, Philly. And so she invited everybody who earned the incentive trip that does training with her to an event to get us together, just to kind of celebrate our accomplishments. Hi, Jennifer from Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. Woohoo! Hi, Mary. And so she got everybody together that she does training with, and then she opened it up to others outside of her training group. And then at the end, she even opened it up to outsiders who didn't even earn the incentive trip, just so that if somebody who earned the incentive trip wanted to travel with somebody, she had extra spaces to fill. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Mary Ellen. And so there was 86 of us, I think, 85, 86, 87, 88, somewhere around that. And so we were all together in St. George at the Courtyard Marriott, and that's where they used to have Founder Circle back in the day. I never did a Founder Circle, but that's where it was at. So she wanted to bring people back what she called home. And so there's very little on the docket. Hi, Stacy Warner. There was very little on the docket for stamping. I'll be honest with you. It was more if you wanted to get together and socialize and chat. And there were 3 things, one on Thursday night, one on Friday lunch, one on Saturday night. But what happened was Tyler went with me, and I promised him that we would hike every day. Thanks, Mary Lou. Hi, Linda. Good evening to you too. I promised Tyler we would do hiking. So every day we hiked. And so it was the Valley of Fire on Wednesday. Thursday, we went to the Elephant's Arch in Arizona, which I had never been to Arizona. So we got to do a hike in Arizona. I took him to see an elephant. It was a stone elephant, and we ate. The funny thing is its kind of stomach is hollowed out. And you can sit in it a little bit. And Tyler made a comment. He's like, we should have been eating peanuts in the belly but we ate almonds. So it was funny. Then we went to Pioneer Park in St. George and did a little hiking there and up on these red rocks. We did Zion. We got all the way up to Angel's Landing. And the chain had broke about an hour before we got there, which doesn't happen. They had just conducted maintenance on it. We got our lottery, we won the lottery. We had to apply for a permit to do the hike, and we got it, which we were completely blown away with. And an hour before we got to the park, and we couldn't do it, but we could still go all the way up 6,000 feet in elevation, you guys. So we had quite the hike. It was about it was 4 hours up and 2 hours down. I don't do good up. Tyler realized how out of shape I really am, I think. Hi, Melanie Boy. Hi, Judy Bobo. And then on Monday, we did the Narrows, and the Narrows were really fun. It was hiking through the Virgin River. We went 2 hours up and 2 hours back at a very fast pace because Tyler was holding me the entire way, basically. Anytime we had to cross the river, he held my hand so that I wouldn't fall down on the rocks. And so that was very sweet of him. And so no broken bones. Yay! I was so happy I didn't break an ankle. But there were people in the park who were hobbling along because they had bad issues with something that happened. So I was very excited. Thanks, Judy. We camped up at the Kolob Reservoir on Saturday night, you guys. We woke up at 3:30 in the morning. Had to go to the bathroom. Yep, that happened out there because I think we drank a couple beers right before we went to sleep. And we got up at 3:30 and we looked up at the sky and you could see there's no light pollution whatsoever, you guys. You could see every star in the sky, like the Little Dipper, the Big Dipper, every constellation, and on top of it, the Milky Way. It went from one end of the sky all the way to the other, and you just it was all milky haze, like a line. And Tyler's like, that's the Milky Way. So it was a good thing we had to get up to go to the bathroom, because otherwise we would have missed all the beautiful skies, stars, all that good stuff. And I told Tyler my favorite night of the whole trip was camping underneath the stars. And so we brought all our camping stuff, you guys. So hi, Tina. Hi, Carol. Okay, so I jabbered a lot about the trip, but you guys, it's my first live back, and I wanted to make sure you guys got a little update on that. So we are going to be doing mystery card night tonight, you guys. So I had published clue 1 about last Tuesday, I think. It wasn't even that. It was before that. It was a week and a half ago or so. It's so weird that we're already up to mystery card night. Usually, you guys, this is the hi, Mary Gunn. It was, I appreciate that, Hildy. I do work hard, and it was fun, you guys. I tried not to answer emails, and I tried not to respond. Hi, Zaina. Hi, Anna Ballinger. I tried not to do all that. So I came back, and basically we got in at midnight on Tuesday, and yesterday was spent trying to catch up. And actually, Mom and I kitted up I'm going to do some math, you guys. We kitted up cards today for the monthly class. And so 180, and we did Let's Just Stamp is 120. We kitted up 300 cards today. So if you're doing Let's Just Stamp or the monthly class and they're mailed to you, those will be going out. So hi, Lynn Sanders. So busy, you guys. So I haven't responded to everybody's email yet. So I know there's a bunch of you that are following up saying if I got it or not. I have gotten every email. I just haven't had a chance to reply to everything. Hi, Laura Sullivan. So I promise you my goal is between tonight and tomorrow to get through. I'm going to start at the very beginning of my emails, you guys, and I'm going to go through and get everybody answered. I have been signing people up for classes. I just haven't necessarily been responding to the emails to tell you that. So so don't worry yet. I do have your emails. So hi, Kay Warren, and a bunch of you guys waited until June 1st and placed orders. And so I'm putting all of that together, and I will be reaching out with any questions. So hi, Donna Lefevre. Hi, Doris Monson. All right, you guys. So it's so pleased to have you. Oh yeah, so it was a great holiday, you guys. It was great to be off. Hi, Stacey Burns. We feel like we could have used all those extra days, but it was nice to get away for 6-7 days and then come back and have some time to regroup. So poor Tyler had to go back to work yesterday morning, bright and early. Well, it wasn't bright, it was 9. So it was, midnight and then unpacking and then showering up. It gets to be, it was like 2. So Cindy, thank you for publishing the clue 1 in the notes here. I'm also going to go through that in a hot second here. So you guys, just to recap too, the end of the month was, I don't know, probably 9 days ago already. And so what we're going to do after Mystery Card Night. So if you're used to watching my lives, you guys, and you know that the first live that I do after the start of the month, Stacey Burns, I didn't see the date and ordered 2 days early. Oh no! Oh no. Yeah, that will happen. And when you do that once, then you don't do it again. So after we're done with the Mystery Card Night tonight, those who want to stick around, I'm going to be drawing the winners for the monthly creative challenge, the class card challenge, announcing the newsletter winner and the top fans. So top fans are still wonky. I can't just put a list together and do a random number generator. So I have to randomly select on my phone and put names in. So how to use the stamp to die cutting machine. So Frida, I did I think I did a tip Tuesday on how to use the stamp and cut and emboss machine using like plates and the die cutting and embossing. So if you could send me an email, if anybody needs help with anything, just email me. It's always, or text, but when my camera goes down, you'll get my email address and my phone number for texting. If you could reach out to me, I might not remember to send you a link, but I had a tip Tuesday on that, and it goes through the cutting and the plates and all that. So yes, it's a little training tip Tuesday, but I need you to send me a note so that I can reply to that email or your text with a link. So, all right. So you guys, after that, after this, we're going to do the announcements of that. I do want to share with you guys, I think I have all the newsletters, or not the newsletters, the scavenger hunt. So I'm hoping to catch most of you now. I am going to quickly, because I know we want to do mystery card, and we still want to wrap up by 7, but this is an easy card, you guys. So I'm not so worried. But if you're watching tonight and you sent me a scavenger hunt, listen very closely for your name. I have not graded them yet. I listened to your advice and waited till I got back. Well, you're very welcome, Frida. I waited till I got back to grade them. This way I can make sure I have them all in. I'm going to read through the list of names rather quickly. And if you did not hear your name, hi, Carmen Melendez. If you did not hear your name, please let me know how you sent it to me or reach out to me so I can make sure I get it. Because I don't like to print stuff that looks like this on my printer because it wastes a lot of ink. So what I do is I send my stuff to my gal who prints for me now, and I pay like 10 cents a copy. So it's fine. It's how it works. But if things are really black and inky, it uses up a lot of black ink fast. So there could have gotten stuff like lost in translation too. So I'm going to call off names really quick. So Barb Johnson. There's no name on this one. Okay. We'll come back to that one. Cindy Runtree, Jean Maxwell, Kathy Jackson, Millie Kindle, Karen Wetstein, Sue Volz. Oh, goodness. Okay, that one doesn't have a name. Mary Carls, Christina Bernards, Carmen Melendez, Anna Rebedu, Deb Norman, Betty Pyle, and I got 2 of Sue Volz's. So she mailed it and she had me print it. Okay, so the 2 without names, I believe one is Feline Mays. So Feline, if you're watching, just confirm you had Wally Fox, Toby Owl, and Winston. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Kathy Groves. Hi, Debbie Schultz. Hi, Anna Rebedu. For this one, I don't know whose this is. There is no name on it, but the little tiebreaker question for the bear was Sigmund, Owl was Hooters, and the fox is Trixie. Honestly, at this point, I don't know how I would even go back to find out whose this was because I've gotten like 20 of them in. So, Feline, I'm pretty sure this is yours. I had to copy and paste everything into a Word document and then print it because I couldn't have printed it from the email. It would have been like 5 pages long. So Feline, I think that one's yours. If it's not Feline, though, whoever had Wally Fox, Toby Owl, and Winston, I need to know who you are. And then this one, whoever had Sigmund, Hooter, and Trixie. Okay, so scavenger hunts. We need the names. Write your name right here. I don't see a name. So honestly, you could have sent it to me in an email. But when things get printed and sent to my printer, they're not linked to that email anymore. Oh, Stacy Burns. One is yours. So Stacy, tell me which is yours, the Sigmund, the Hooter, and the Trixie. If that's yours, let me know. My name cut off the top when I sent it. So Stacy, how about you just resend it to me? That would be great. Or I will, thanks Bonnie. Stacy will just help me remember that I need to get your scavenger hunt. Okay? So, all right. We'll worry about, and if anybody else did not hear their name that sent it in by the 31st, please help me get it because I want to make sure I grade it and get you included in it. So it was a hot mess of everything before leaving, leaving for the trip, you guys. You know how that goes when you're prepping for a trip, right? So, okay. So are you guys ready? We're going to get rocking and rolling on mystery card. Here's clue number 1 for you guys. Before I do that, Hooter is yours. Okay. Hooter. Stacy, then Hooter is yours. Okay, so Hooter, perfect. Okay, Stacy, I got it. We got you fixed. And I think the other one is Feline's. Okay, scavenger hunt. So Andrea's asking what the scavenger hunt is. With every new catalog, I create questions. And it's never meant to cause you harm or undue pain. What it's meant to do is encourage you to look through the catalog and find the answers and not waste too much time. Like, I don't want you spending all your free time doing it. Like, that's not fun. But I want you to get through. Oh, it's Holly's first time for Mystery Card Night. Holly, we're going to get rocking and rolling here in a second. So it's meant for you to look through the catalog. And so, like, questions I'll ask are, it's always published a month before it's due, usually the month prior to when it's due. So, like, did you catch that the new magnetic plate is available to purchase? What page can you find it on? How much is it? Okay, so it's all questions to get you to look through the catalog. So, the new holiday mini catalog is going to be going live July 1st, and I'm in the process of creating the holiday mini catalog scavenger hunt. It is not done. It's on my list to do, and so my goal is to have it done by early next week, but it won't be due until the last day of next month. So it's always due on the last day of the month in which the catalog goes live. So Andrea, I have it out there in my newsletter section on my website. I also include it in an email that I send out. So if you're in my email distribution group, you should be seeing that come through. So it's meant to be fun. Yes, Cindy, I'm glad that it was fun. Hi, Tabitha. Okay, so you guys, for those that are new to the Mystery Card Night, I guess all in a nutshell is this is for you to have fun. Do not stress. You do not have to have your card looking exactly like mine. There is no perfect way to make your mystery card. This is meant, this whole night for everybody, is to have fun. Forget about your worries and woes of what's going on in your day-to-day life and just concentrate and have fun on making a card. You are in your happy space, or you're maybe watching the replay. And when you go back to make the card, get in the zone, the card making zone, and have fun. This is for you to be inspired and create. I give you the measurements, and if you end up having your paper cut wrong, just improvise, work with it. Do not just throw away a piece of paper. Just keep going, and you end up with a card. And then at the very end, my last thing is, hey, Barbara Godby, still cooking dinner, but we'll make the card tomorrow. Perfect. So the main thing is that at the end, I'll tell you what to do with your card because we want to see your card. All of us that are making these cards right now, we love to see and get inspired and see like blasts from the past or stuff maybe we haven't seen before. Use anything that you have in your Stampin' arsenal. Do not go out and buy something specific just for mystery card night. I want you guys, we all end up with a lot of stuff. And if you're like me, you have more than you'll ever use in your lifetime. I think I'll be 835 years old by the time I use everything that I could possibly own right now. And so I want you to use something that you're like, oh my gosh, I have this designer paper. This would be perfect. Let's use this. Oh my gosh, here's the stamp set. And then, so that's it. Like, use what you have. And some tips to people who are first timers. If this was hard and kind of burdensome trying to figure out what to use, my advice that has been given to me from people who've been doing this is pull your designer paper or your pattern paper first, and that will help complement to figure out what colors you want. Then pull in a stamp set and pull in the coordinating cardstock, and then ribbons and embellishments will follow. So yeah, so that's where people have been said to pull the designer paper first and then ask questions. I have a great community that is watching questions that will be very happy to help answer them in case I miss that. I try to watch like a hawk, you guys, but sometimes I do miss them if comments come in faster than what there's room on my screen. A lot of you are so good about helping answer questions for the newbies. And so the main thing is to have fun, use what you have. It doesn't have to be a specific brand. Just get it out and use it, and then share your cards at the end. So without further ado, you guys, clue number 1 is what we're going to look at first. And then we're going to make sure you have everything. I don't generally, for those that are new, I generally don't, hi, Jean Maxwell. I don't pull in what I'm really using for my card. I don't share my card right now. I share my card at the end of my live, which is going to be next week, Thursday. You guys, we have the June monthly card making class next Thursday, the 16th. At the end of that is when I share who the winners. We'll do the live drawing for the winners of people who share their cards, and I share my card. But this is a special card because I'm going to make a second one of my mystery card. And I actually pulled the actual designer paper that I use for my card. A little hint is the mystery card always mirrors or uses the featured suite bundle. So, which is for this month, you guys, Nature's Prints or the Sun Prints. So this is the stamps that I use for my mystery card, just to give you guys some clues. And I'm going to be sharing with you that class that's coming up to show you how I used elements of the class cards to do the mystery card. So we're going to go through this. Make sure you guys have all your paper. And so T equals tall, W equals wide, meaning like sometimes there's an orientation to it. So white vanilla is abbreviated WV. 4 pieces plus some scraps later on. So 4 pieces. Oh, dang it, Bobby. I forgot to cut my inside piece. So we're going to have to cut. Hey, I missed a piece. So, so we're going to cut a piece together for me as well. Okay, so because I don't have all my pieces. All right, so first things first, you need 5.5 by 4.5. So I generally... and I'll write on this because you know what? I'm going to be gluing along with you. So this is 5.5 by 4.25. I meant to say 4.25 if I said 4.5. So this is your first piece here. 5.5 by 4.25. Honestly, it doesn't matter how you hold it, but I used a thick white in this case because this is my bottom. It wouldn't have to be, but if you have thick white, you could definitely pull that in, or regular white. If you're using vanilla, it could be vanilla. So I have here another one, 5 by 3 3/4. If you didn't guess, that's for the inside. And I need to grab my cutter. So for those that have never cut before and you're watching, this is what I would do. I'd get a piece of white paper, and it's 3 3/4 by 5. Look at me being a slacker and not having all my pieces cut. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay, so this is 5 by 3 3/4, and this will become my back. But I'm going to write this on here because you guys like to see. So 3 3/4 by 5, and so that's our second piece. Then there's another piece that is 4 by 3. So I have to be very careful with this one because I don't want to write on a part where you're going to see it. So this is, I lied. Nope, it is, oh man. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think I told you the wrong size. Oh, I did. I reversed. Oh, no, I did them right. I cut the size. Okay, we're good. So 4 by 3. So this is 4 inches this way, and then this is 3 inches. So 4 by 3. This is why we're going through this together. Hi, Shar. Jean, yes, you emailed me about the sun prints. I haven't gotten through my emails, Jean. I did see your order come through, and I did see your email. I'll get back to you via email on it. So 4 by 3 is here. And then we have this one smaller piece. It's 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. And this is going to be for a sentiment. Now, this could be used, or I'm going to tell you what I did. I actually die cut a label. So we're going to put, I think I'm going to use a pencil. What am I going to do? I'll just use the pen. This is scrap. So it's 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. So that's your sizing on that, 1 1/4. It's just a piece for a sentiment. So there was a lot of white going on. So what do we have next? I put a darker coordinating cardstock. And so this is the one that I think I cut. I got to cut mine down. It's supposed to be 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so let's get that right because I had mine off. So we have 3 3/4. I didn't have the clue with me as I was cutting mine. So I'm making mine correct now to match the actual card. So this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Hi, Latokia. I'm not going to write on here because it's really going to be too hard to see. But what I'll do is just so you guys can see, just to give you a little heads up, it's going to be a matting like this. So you've got your 4 white vanillas, a darker coordinating cardstock. I chose Night of Navy, and you'll see later on in the clues that I put optional embossing. That is something you could do or you don't have to, and we're going to talk about it when it comes time for that clue. So I put on here a darker coordinating pattern paper. So when I first was going to do these clues for you guys, I was going to make the card one way and then do the card the exact opposite and have like a lighter coordinating cardstock and a lighter coordinating pattern paper and then having a dark. But I thought, you know what, we're going to keep it like this and see how you guys do. So because this is darker, you want your pattern paper to be darker. So I mentioned that I'm going to be using the sun prints. And I want to show you, this is the exact reason why I thought this card would be perfect using the sun prints. So I have the whole pack of sun prints designer series paper here. We call it designer series paper. So if you're not used to the Stampin' Up! Lingo, that's also meaning pattern paper. But there's this one sheet that looks like this. And to me, this is more of a scrapbook paper. It's hard to figure out how to put this into a card. And so I, for my first card, used this whole section down here because if you look at the coordinating pattern paper, it's 12 inches by 4. That gives you usually designer paper or pattern paper is 12 by 12. You can get it 6 by 6. So 6 by 6 is not going to work. It needed to be 12 by 4. So I had this piece, which is what I used for my real card. And then to show you guys, I grabbed this piece right here out of the original piece. And so this is 12 by 4. But you can see that there's some extra steps on this. I'm going to put this piece of paper back. So there's an extra step on here. It says score at 2 3/4 and 8 on the 12-inch side. So this is your 12-inch side, and we need to score at 2 3/4 and 8. But I want to show you with my paper here, like the other side is pretty bland. There's nothing really going on here. This is what's important to me. And so this card is going to open like this, right? And I want this section to be my 4-inch flap. And so when I go to score this, you guys, I'm going to bring out my scoreboard. So you know, if you haven't scored it yet, this is something to take into consideration. I don't want to bend that stuff. So I want that to be my 2 3/4 and then that to be my 4-inch panel. So 2 3/4 is right there. And then at 8, which is, I think it's right there. Yep. Okay. So, and 8. So this gives you 4 inches. This gives you 2 3/4. And then this gives you 5 1/4, which is your traditional mat for on top of a card. So, okay. So 2 3/4 and 8. Okay. So that is the next one here. It says darker coordinating pattern paper, 12 by 4, score at 2 3/4 and 8 on the 12-inch side. Okay, so you might not have to worry about where you score or how this is, but once this starts to come together, you'll see why I scored this at the 4-inch panel. So I also have on here scraps of paper in white or vanilla and or coordinating cardstock. So because it's all going to depend, I'm glad I waited to do your cutting or scoring. Good, Debbie, yes. Yeah, the paper is so pretty, Latokia. You guys, I'm going to not show you my card, but I'm going to show you one that's going to be very similar. But I brought some scraps down just to kind of say, hey, yep, you want to have some scraps in your little arsenal working area. So, okay, you're going to need some stamps. So you need focal images and also sentiments. And so my sentiment, if you don't have any dies, so we try to keep Mystery Card Night where you don't have to have a die cutting machine, or if you don't have one, it's okay, you'll make do. So that's why I made this size. Okay, and you'll see as we start to put the card together, but your sentiment should fit on here. But if you want to use a label, like I ended up doing, hi Deb, you will end up maybe using your scraps to stamp your sentiment, which is great. And focal images. When you see the layout of this and when we start to pull it together, it's going to kind of be like last month where you guys got the sky's the limit with it, okay? So you need a sentiment, some focal images, your coordinating inks, markers, pencils for coloring, ribbon, linen thread, embellishment, scissors. So these are what I used on my card. They're these new iridescent pearls. You guys, I actually used 2 ribbons on my card. I used the metallic mesh and the gray. And I'm going to give you a little treat on this extra little piece here that I did and talk about what I'm going to do with this for embossing. So, I think that's it, you guys. For those that are new, what we do is we give thumbs ups or we give hearts when you're done, ready to move on to the next clue. So ultimately at this point, it'll be good for you just to give me the thumbs up, give me a heart, let me know you're ready to go. These are ultimately the 4 pieces here of white vanilla, a dark coordinating cardstock, and then a darker pattern paper. So that's what we need to get going. And again, if you're new, I don't actually complete and make the card because I don't want to give you any bias on what's going on, but I like to help you along to make sure that you're in the right direction. Hi, Kathy, Will Snack. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna mosey on over to clue number 2. Okay, so let's flip this. And this is an easy one, guys. The folding of the paper. So we've already got it scored, and we did that together as a group, just to show you. And so what you're going to do here is fold the pattern paper or your designer paper, whatever you're using, on the score lines and burnish them. Okay? So you have 2 score lines. So I decided this is going to be my inside, and this is going to be my outside. And so on the score lines, I'm going to fold this one in, and my 4-inch section here is going to go first, and then grab your bone folder and burnish it. And then you're going to bring in that other flap. So this is your right flap, and I call this my left flap. Okay? So, and then you're going to go ahead and burnish it. Okay? So that's going to be the back of it. It actually gets covered up, and I have here the more pretty pattern paper facing up. And it's going to have the left flap is going to go pretty much over the top. So as you open the card, it's going to look like that, you guys. Okay, so I did notice on here my navy paper started to crease, and it looks like it has these little white lines. Leave them if you like the look of the worn look. If you don't like that, you could grab out a dark marker that matches it and just kind of touch them up so that you don't have that white edging on there. So, all right. as you guys are good and you're done with number 2, please give me those thumbs ups, give me those hearts. Let me know that you're ready to move on, and I will go ahead to clue number 3. But, so this is what you could do. You could grab like a coordinating marker and just touch them up, and then no one will ever know that you could see that little bit of white edging. Depending on what you're making, you might like that little edging, but I'm just gonna go ahead. All right, you guys are good with that one. That was an easy clue, was it not? All right, so we've got that folded and burnished, and we're going to go to clue number 3. All right, let's flipper this back down. All right, so adhere the back side of the middle panel to the white or vanilla, whatever you're using, the 5.5 by 4.25. So what do you have here? So you have this is your middle because you have left, right? This is the middle. And what it's saying to do is adhere the back side. So this back side, and that needs to go onto this piece like this. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and do it with you. So it says here, the 2 3/4 inch flap will be on the left and the 4-inch flap will be on the right, okay? So what you can do, I'm gonna cover up my writings on there, and so I am going to actually do this with you guys. Look at this. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have another one of these beautiful cards. All right, so that gets glued right onto here. So we talked about it. If you have regular white paper, that's fine, but whenever I am doing card bases, I like for my bases to be the thick white or thick vanilla. Okay, so that's what clue number 2 is, you guys. So ultimately you have the left flap goes this way and the right flap goes that way. All right, so I'm seeing some thumbs ups. As you guys are good to go, what you can do is you're gonna have to keep giving me the thumbs ups as we go so that I know that each clue is good. And then what we're gonna do, and that wasn't so hard, so hopefully you guys are good with that one. I'm seeing some thumbs ups coming through. Okay, for some patterns, that's upside down. Kathy King, yes, you are so correct. That's why it's important. Okay, if you, and that's why we said there's no right or wrong way to do this. You guys are gonna have to improvise. So if it is upside down, can you glue it the other way? Or maybe you're gonna have to improvise and see how it works. Because I can't like because the designer paper was supposed to be 4 inches tall by 12 inches wide, right? So if it's upside down, can't you just take it and turn it this way and then it not be upside down, and then your flaps will just be opposite. And it's okay. Your flaps can be opposite. That's not a problem whatsoever. It's going to come down to how you adhere the next couple pieces onto it. So Kathy, I think it'll work out. Just make sure, and at this point, you could still always flip your card this way. And if this is like that, it's still going to be okay. All right. So you guys are going to work with it. Turn the whole card if it's glued. Exactly. Yep. At this point right now, if it's upside down, you could always turn it this way. So we're going to rock and roll and keep her moving. So, okay, we're going to go on to clue number 4. Okay. So just doing the flaps opposite. Yes, Kathy, absolutely. Flaps opposite. Perfect. Okay. Here's an optional thing, guys. So because this is a darker cardstock, I chose to emboss it. You don't have to, but the Sun Prince Suite comes with an embossing folder. It's called, look at this, the Fern 3D embossing folder. I opted to coordinate this piece with embossing it. So I ran it through the cut and emboss machine, and it's up to you. You don't have to. Your card is gonna be great if you do or you don't, but I just wanted to put it out there. It's optional to emboss the darker coordinating cardstock with an embossing folder. So what's super cool about embossing on a darker color is you can enhance the embossed area by sponging like a white ink over the top. And I wanted to show you guys what this is all about, because you don't have to do this. This looks great just the way it is. And that would be a great accent to put on the card. But in one of the cards that I'm doing for this class, it actually, I embossed, let's see which one it is, this one. So this is one of my class cards. And what happened is I used white ink, and you can see that it's easier to see the fern because I sponged white ink over it. So this is something, it's completely optional. You don't have to do this. If you like the idea of it though, or maybe this is a aha, oh my goodness, now I know what this is all about. Whisper white ink, and I would use a sponge dauber and get some white ink on it. If you have a lighter, like this is a pigment pad, so it really puts on a little bit of ink. I'm just gonna hover over the top of these ferns, and this is so cool on a darker embossed piece because it just accents it. So cool. So as you can hopefully see, now that fern just pops. And so this is a cool little thing you can do on darker embossed pieces with a white ink pad. Now, let's say you went and used a lighter cardstock here because it may have matched better. That's quite all right. You could do this same concept with a darker ink over the top. And the ultimate thing is, I just wanted to show you how you can highlight. And so this is your darker coordinating cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so that's just a little hint that you can do to your card, your mat here, if you want. It's not required. Nothing on here is always, nothing is ever required, you guys, with me. You guys know it's like whatever. But hi Vicki Sloan, I just wanted to show you. Yes, Donna, that is the 3 3/4 by 2 3/4 piece. So because I didn't put in the clue 1 that this was gonna possibly happen, you guys may just decide, oh, I'm going to leave it blank. And it would be completely beautiful leaving this blank and not embossed, because a lot of it might get covered up depending on what you do with the rest of it. But if you want that little accent on there, go for it. So again, this was the darker coordinating cardstock, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. I did emboss it as an optional little add-on, and then sponged over the top with a little white ink. And then part of this clue number 4 on the bottom here says, adhere this mat onto the 4x3 mat. So you have this should probably, oh yeah, it does say it, the white vanilla 4x3. So this is what we're gonna do, is adhere this onto that. So hi, Kathy Jackson from Iola, Wisconsin. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of liquid glue, and this is part of clue 4, you guys. So we're going to take that darker. Sometimes when I cut on my machine, it leaves like a little hangy thing there. So Agent 99 here. I love it. All right, so here we go. So that is all part of clue 4, you guys. It was taking your darker coordinating cardstock, optional embossing it, optional sponging color over the embossed areas. It just gives it an accent. So you guys, that was a lot for clue number 4. I know that. That was like 3 little mini steps in one clue. But after this, there's not much else. There is a little bit. I'm not done. We still have 4 more clues. But this is what I've got for clue 4. If you guys are good with clue 4, make sure to give me a heart. Give me the thumbs up. Hi, Julie Bierschbach, so that we can get going to clue number 5. But ultimately, at this point, what we've done is we've glued our white with our darker, hi Millie Kindle, our darker coordinating pattern paper, and we've taken our white mat and put on the darker coordinating cardstock. Hi Sue Volts, perfect. Okay, so we've got these 2 pieces, these actually 4 pieces glued together. All right, so we're gonna meander over to number 5, numero 5. All right, so now we're gonna work on these 2 pieces, pulling them together. Adhere the back left half, so this is the back left half of the white vanilla mat, to the 2 3/4 inch pattern paper flap. So we talked about that. This is, hi Jamie Johnson, this is the 2 3/4 inch flap. This is the 4-inch flap. Now, this is where you have to make a decision, okay? If you don't want to cover up so much what you have here because your 2 3/4 inch flap looked cool and this isn't so cool, you could, in essence, adhere this onto here and have it open. Hi, Louise Power. This could open like that, no problem. But how I did mine is I wanted that to be a very focal point when my card opened. So that's why I'm going to put adhesive or dimensionals on the back left half, hi Mary Kramer, of the white, and I'm going to adhere it onto here. Okay, so if you guys recall, when I showed you that really, really pretty pattern piece that was at the bottom, on my original card, and you'll see the picture of it next week, I used this whole section here. And when that wrapped around like this, you got to see the prettiness on both sides. But when I use this section, there's not as much decoration here. That's why it looks less. But if you use your pattern paper and it's all completely patterned, you're gonna have a lot of different, like you're gonna see a lot more design there. Okay, so how I would do this, I like to use dimensionals. So I'm going to take my dimensionals and I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the left side, okay? Now, I don't wanna go over the middle. So instead of guessing where I'm gonna put them here, what I'll do is put them along the left edge, excuse me, it'll be the right edge of that flap. So what happens then is these dimensionals will hit wherever they need to hit here. And I also want to put some in the middle. So what I'll do is put like that and that. So when I'm using the smaller dimensionals like this, I would do these 3, 2, which should go right here, and then the other 3. And now I don't risk going over the edge of glory with my dimensionals. So I'm picking all of those off. And now because I've done that, I can just figure out where I want this to go. So I'm gonna center it left to right, top to bottom, like that. And now I'm so successful because I did not go over. If you guess where to put them, you might end up with your dimensionals or glue over here. And then when you go to shut your card, now you've created what we call a trick card. So, yes, Christina Brome, I think it's just you who froze because I am watching along with me and I'm still going. Hi, Arliss. All right. After the video. That's perfect. Okay, so you guys, so this is what we've got so far. You've got a card now coming together, all right? So are you guys good with clue number 5? If you are, make sure to do those hearts or thumbs ups. And so I know to move on to number 6. So, all right, most of you guys are good too. No freezing, which is good. Awesome. So, Christina, it could be something on your end. Just back out of the video and maybe pop back into it. Okay, I'm seeing lots of hearts and thumbs. All right, so we are going to go to clue number 6. Okay. All right. So we have here, this is our base, you guys. So we were pretty much done with the base. It's all about the base, no trouble. So this is now where we get to our sentiment. We had talked about this little piece. Now, I don't know who has die cut labels and who doesn't. And so this was about the size that I used for my label, but I did use a label. I'm going to talk about that. But in a coordinating ink, so I would say maybe Night of Navy for my card, but whatever you have, you're going to stamp a sentiment in coordinating ink on this last little piece of, well, the second last piece of white. It's about 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. But you guys, it doesn't have to stay this size. If your sentiment's slightly smaller, you can basically the meat and the potatoes of this card is getting it to this point. And now you got to decorate the top here. Whatever you want is going to be up to you. But I'm going to kind of walk you through what I did. So I used a scrap. So the optional thing here is use a slightly larger white or vanilla scrap to be able to die cut with a label die. And what do I mean? So I have that card that I showed you. Nope, it's a different card. Well, let's just pull these all out here. So there is a label die. in this kit, or in this bundle, this suite, the label looks like this, okay? So I used this label die cut, and you can see it's about that size. So that's why I was like, well, if you guys don't have a label die cut, you can use a piece just like about this. And if you have a label that you want to die cut, perfect. But all in all, you guys, like, this is basically this little section right here is what I picked up and put onto this card right here. So I have a label stamped in Night of Navy, and it's this exact label over here. And I'm going to decorate more of my card exactly like I told you earlier. I used a little bit of this metallic mesh. You guys, I'm giving away my card. Like, I'm showing you underneath the dress right now. Like, my metallic mesh is coming out. I stamped this foliage thing in navy. I've got little foliages die cut, and I have this label. So if you look at this, something like this could work too. Like, you could, I didn't add the little wheat sprig, but something like that. This is ultimately like the little section of my card that goes on there. So what do you do though? So knowing that this is now your palette that you're going to want to work with, your label needs to be a little bit lighter, like white vanilla. And then what are you going to do for focal images on here? Maybe you don't even like the concept of putting a sentiment on here. That's okay. Maybe you want to die cut some flowers. Maybe you have a flower theme. Die cut some flowers and put a little bouquet on there. And then you could put a little skinny sentiment, like even smaller, coming out of there. Hi, Barbara Moynihan. So at this point, I'm going to walk through how I did it, but know that you guys, this is your area. You can do with it however you want. Kind of like what I did for you last month. Okay, so Kathy King's card came today, you guys. This was mystery card from last month. And it opens up like this. And I love you too, Kathy. And then this was how it opened. I basically got you guys to the point where you've got your bulk of your card and decorate the front however you want. And so Kathy put an awesome label on here, and she put some ribbon coming out the back. But you got to the front of it, and then the sky's the limit with you, whatever you want. So I had to share your card. So you guys, if you missed Mystery Card Night from last month, this was the layout. It was a super cool kind of layout, kind of similar to this one. But this one, we just did the designer paper a little different. So, all right. So you may or may not decide to use this for your sentiment. You may just throw a scrap and stamp on a scrap, and then use the label that you have to die cut. So I'm going to roll on to number 7, because this last one might, clue number 7, might help you understand more of how the card comes together. So now I have here, using scraps of white and vanilla and coordinating cardstocks, stamp focal images and die cut them, or fussy cut them, or just anything that you want. Now, because this is darker, you are going to want to use some of your scraps to stamp on them, to make sentiments, to make focal images. So for me, I took this, I stamped it in navy on my scrap. You can fussy cut it, die cut it. You could also throw in the flower, anything. On my sentiment, I actually took those splotches and really lightly stamped them in gray with having my sentiment in navy. And then you're just gonna kind of figure out how you want to put them on your card. Hi, Carol Schmidt. So like this, you guys, this class is coming up June 23rd, and I still have sets available for this one in case you need to get signed up for Sun Prints. So this is my featured suite bundle class. And so I talked about my focal images, and I have my label sentiment. Here's some more foliage examples how I did it. And I'll just show you the other 2 cards for the class. And then that's the splotches I'm talking about. So I used navy ink and I splotched my white label. And then here's the last one. So focal, like foliage, like this is the tag or the label. And then I have stuff coming out the side. So you guys, these are the Sun Prints cards that are coming up for later in June. Still have availability for that. So this is where I am not going to keep putting because I'm not going to stamp and do all that good stuff with you guys. So just know that this is where, oh yes, Barbara, we can definitely get you signed up for this class. So this is where you guys, need to decorate the front however you want to see your front decorated. And you might need some time to figure that out, knowing that now you have some things to figure out. So we're gonna go to the next clue because this will help tie it together a little bit more, the instructions. So think about how you want to add ribbon to the card. You guys know I love me my ribbon. I try to put ribbon on every card that I possibly can. If it doesn't look good, I might not, but like this is exactly what I did to mine. I took that label, which was white, stamped with blue ink, and I took the gray granite ribbon and scooted it out the sides like that. And then what I did also is I put some metallic mesh coming out the side of that. So now you guys can kind of picture what I did with mine. And like this, imagine picking this up, this conglomerate right here, and putting it on here and adding. So yes, so that's kind of what I got. Oh, Penny Powell, that's okay. You got time. You guys will have until next week, Wednesday, to get your card submissions in. So, so thinking about ribbon, you guys, it's important to add the ribbon. I love buying ribbon. So if I'm going to buy ribbon, I got to use ribbon, right? So I talked about it that I use this metallic mesh, and then I also use the gray granite shimmer. And think about, because you haven't put this together yet, because that's next. Next is layer, add the die cut focal images, additional die cuts, the label, any ribbon to the card front. So this is your card front now, and your goal now is to put something on here. And you know what? It could be as simple as having a bigger label like this big and having a beautiful sentiment that says, "You are my sunshine," or something, and having that go right in the middle and putting a little ribbon coming out the sides. It could be that simple. So maybe you don't even have a focal image. It's really okay. It's honestly, what do you want the front of your card to look like? Hi, Becky Gandolfo. So that brings us to the end of clue number 8. So, you know, you've got some focal images, possibly some sentiments. Maybe it's on a label. Maybe you just cut a little sentiment strip. You're going to figure out where your ribbon goes, and then you're going to go bloop, and it's going to go on to your card just like that. And so I'll repeat one more time kind of what I've done so that you can see it. I basically took this section right here, but with a white label, and my ribbon coming out my tails like that, and then that's what went there. So you guys, when you see my card, you're gonna be like, yep, that's kind of what I thought she did. I bet that's what you guys will say. So, okay. So we're going to go to the next clue number 9, because you guys might need some time to figure out what you're going to do, and maybe you've got it all figured out already. But clue number 9, you have one piece left. Stamp a sentiment in focal images, or like 1 or 2, in coordinating inks on your 5 by 3 3/4 mat, and adhere it on the inside middle panel of the coordinating pattern paper. So here's your middle section, and it will get glued in the middle like that. So again, hints are always, if you don't like the way you stamp it, flip it over and restamp it. So just to kind of show you what I did, which one would it be? This one. So this is my focal image here. That's my big thing. I would stamp that right in the corner, the left corner, because it kind of rolls up that left side. And then I'd put a sentiment right there. So you can kind of see what my inside will look like. And I don't think I did a small flower on that one. So, okay, so this clue number 9 is stamping something on the inside, this inside mat, and then adhering it to the inside. So it was 5 by 3 3/4, and you needed it at that size because this inside mat is 4 by 5 1/4. So you needed it to be 3 3/4 by 5, so it will fit in there. It could be slightly bigger, you guys. It could be slightly smaller. Honestly, it's all good. If you have a strip of designer paper left over from your pack, you could always put that along the bottom or the side here just to decorate the inside with some pattern paper. But Cindy Bassett, but not prep, but watching. Yes, good to watch, because now you'll have a good clue or a good idea of how this all goes together. Okay, so my favorite clue is this one, number 10. It is embellish and Stella to your heart's content. So Stella is a girl's best friend. It is a Wink of Stella brush. It adds a little bit of bedazzling over, whoa. I have rubbing alcohol in this one because as it starts to empty out, you can add rubbing alcohol to kind of rejuvenate Stella. But you can kind of see it adds a little bit of glitzy sparklies. And I'll just finish doing that one. I'm not going to go in the bottom where I know most of it gets covered up. So, but that's Stella. And then I mentioned, looks like I need to find a DSP where the inside matches better. Oh, you know what? That's something that, I question. I'm like, was that blue okay? But honestly, once you open up the card, you see the inside. You don't see the outside potentially, only like if you leave this flap. So it might be great if they do coordinate, but you know what? If it doesn't coordinate it, don't just throw the card away. Use it. Send it to somebody who will still love and appreciate it. So the embellishments, you guys, these are something new in the annual catalog from Stampin' Up. They are called Iridescent Pearls Basic Jewels, and they're like little iridescent pearls. And so that's what I've put on my card. I do have, so you can see them in action. I used them on this card right here. There, I put it in the center of the flower, and then two little guys there. And then I used them on this one, and that's basic. Those three is exactly what I did on my mystery card, 3 like that. And then on these 2, I used the champagne rhinestones. Really go good because I added rose gold to these. So again, that's Sun Prints, you guys. If you're wondering what else is just really quick coming up, this is next week, Thursday. So next week, Thursday is the 16th, and we're going to be making these 3 cards live. At the end of this class is when we will do the drawings for everybody who shares. So what's next, you guys? This is what's next. So it's time to share your post a photo of your creation in the comments to win a chance for a chance to win a prize. So what does that mean? Hi, Jean Terwilliger. Hi, Karen Cotton. Corinne says it's a cool card. Good. I'm glad you like it. So how do you share? This gets people. And ever since Facebook has made changes back in April, it has been a nightmare. It's hard to find this. And so what I will do is, if you're part of my email group, what I do is I send a thank you out to everybody who watched and participated in there. I'll include the link for commenting. If you're not part of my email group, all you have to do is go to my page or my website, cardsbychrisb.com, and subscribe to my newsletter. That will get you in for getting emails from me. And so that link will be in there. But I'm going to start to do that because it has been very hard. I've had more people asking me for the link than normal, and not that I don't mind, but it takes a second every time that I have to send it to somebody. So don't hesitate to ask because I love to help, but I want to make sure you guys can find it on your own easily. So I'm going to show you how to get to where to post your creation because that's the fun part. Because once you share it, then you'll start to get notifications that other people have shared and you get to see what other people have done. So I'm going to flip the camera back down here so you guys can see what's going on. So I'm in here watching the Facebook Live with you and back in, oh, that's gross. Okay, so back in here, if you go to my page, Cards by Christine, and it's really hard to find this now because I have a personal page and I have a business. I have to go to my page and I have to go into my page. So now I'm in here as me. You guys should be able to click on events. And so they've changed it. So they have posts about photos, videos. So if you click on photos, then there's videos, mentions. But where are the events is what we are trying to find. And they are, like for me, I have to click on that and then I click on events. And so on events, right now, it's happening now, is the June Mystery Card Night. So I needed to go find my events and I click on this. And here's the actual event. If you marked going, you'll see updates to it as well. But what you need to do is in the discussion. So not the about. About is where it talks about all this stuff, about the measurements. you need to go to discussion. And in the discussion, you guys, I timed it for 7 p.m. my time. 4 minutes ago, I scheduled this post, so it was in here right away. It says, we hope you had a great time solving the mystery with us tonight. Show off your beautiful creations here and be inspired by everyone's cards. Cards commented on this thread by Wednesday, June 15th, 11 p.m. Central, will be entered to win prizes. And so what you would do is come in here and comment, and you would need to go to your camera and grab your card, like there's a card, okay, and then post it. And then all of a sudden, somebody's going to be on this before it does, Hilda Nell. It does have an event option. I know because Jean Turboligger helped somebody else out with it not too long ago. So it does have an event option. And what it is, it's up in the top right. You have to, it's hard because I have I own the page, so it's really hard to see it, but it's in the event. So that's where it is, you guys. And you got to comment on this exact post, okay? I'll also add this post to there, but up here, so Anna Rebedu said, events are under the About tab now, scroll down, okay? So if that makes sense, and it depends on, Cindy said, it depends on if you're using your phone, your iPad, or your laptop. So Hilda Nell, events are under the About tab now. So like for me, I have to go get it from here under events, which is weird. That's where I have to go. And it never used to be that way. It's under my menu. So, but use Anna's advice and go under the About tab and then scroll down, and you should be looking for events. So I guess the only way, so let me just show you guys if I can figure out, oh, that's not, hang on. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to go and switch out of me and go to me personally. And I want to go to somebody else's like group that I follow. So I'm just going to try one that I know would have events. Maybe. Just to help you guys, because it's really crazy. So the Love Monkeys is a band that I go see every now and then. And it's like, where are the events? Like, where are they? So Anna just said, go to About, and there are events here. So that's where you would find events, I think, under About. And then I guess that's what Linda said she found it about the need a map. Perfect, Cindy. Need a map, LOL. Okay. So hopefully that helped to explain it a little bit. They made changes, and I could mark the date on my calendar. It was like April 7th or 8th, and I have not been happy about their changes since. So once we learn the new way, then I guess that's how it helps us in the future. So it just popped up in your notifications, and you were able to click on it. Awesome. So Deb Norman, if you guys put that you're going to the event, then you will also see the notifications pop up in your news feed. So that published at 7 p.m., so like 7 minutes ago, you'll see that pop up. And so you might get it that way. So, okay, it's there. I promise that it is there. The events are there. Jean Maxwell finally found the event. Yay! Woohoo! Good job, everybody. Okay. I have a couple things we're going to do really quick because we are over our time. We usually keep Mystery Night to 1 hour, you guys, but I did talk a little bit about the trip early on. So now we're into the part where we're going to give away some prizes from May and announce winners. And so we are going to do a random number generator for two things. I always do a monthly creative challenge, and I had 3 people. Oh, Susan, you're very welcome. I had 3 people that did that I saw. Feline, Anna, and Jean Maxwell. So we're going to go to my random number generator, and we're going to put in 3 people and see who wins a prize. Okay, so we're going to flip that down. So we're going to do 3 people, and when I hit generate, it's going to tell me a number. Number 3. So that means it's Jean Maxwell. All right, so how that works is if you go to the very first notification in my news feed on the Cards by Christine page, there's a challenges graphic. You're very welcome, Kimberly. There's a challenges graphic, and there are 2 links. One link is for the monthly creative challenge, and one is for the class card challenge. Monthly is just that there's different themes, and you make cards and submit your pick. And I just do a random number generator to pick a winner, and then we can see some more inspiration. You're very welcome, Jean. Okay, so for the class card challenge, when you buy or get a class for free from me because you place an order to get it for free, you are getting card kits from me, and I want to make sure you guys are putting your card kits together. And so a great card for you today. Oh, very perfect. I'm glad you liked it, Mary Gunn. So I love to see that you guys put my card kits together and that they don't get buried on a pile on the floor in the corner and get dust. And then the mice start eating the cards and the paper. And no, I'm just kidding. You guys don't have mice, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want from 3 years from now, like, I'd love for the cards to get to put together. So I try to encourage you to put the class cards together by offering prizes. And so I'm going to do, Donna, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Donna. Got her ink. You guys, hopefully you got some happy mail if you won cards from me back through the end of May, or all of May and the end of April. I got them all out before I left. So the class card challenge, I had 6 people. And so we will flip down, change this to 6, and we're going to hit generate. Number 2. Nope, can't do it, Jean Maxwell. You're a lucky duck, but I don't allow 2 winners on the same night for this kind of stuff. So I like to share the love. So that means that you should go buy a lottery ticket, Jean. So we're going to pick number 4 is Deanna Stell. I try to share the love as much as I can. And so when it comes to this, if I have multiple people win, then we keep going. So congratulations, Jean Maxwell won the monthly creative challenge and Deanna Stell won the class card challenge. Woohoo! Okay, the newsletter drawing, you guys, has to have one current. Yes, Stacy Burns is correct. You have to have one current stamp set or a stamp from a current stamp set be used in it. Otherwise, you just follow the theme and you should be good to go. So I write a newsletter every month. You guys, it's almost done. I was waiting to have the winners so I could add them to the newsletter. So that will be published tomorrow for the month of June. But I do have a secret hidden question in there. And it's sneaky sometimes that just because there's a question mark in there doesn't mean that that's the question. Like, I really call out like, hey, to be entered into the drawing, answer this, or a more personal question, right? So the last one, I know one of them was, what is your favorite new ink color? One of them, last one was, what are you most looking forward to this coming summer? And so you guys, Jean, you missed it. Scavenger hunt isn't done yet. I talked about it at the beginning of the live tonight. I'm hoping to have it ready next month. I have your scavenger hunt. I went through all the names that I have, and if your name wasn't called, you're supposed to let me know so I can get it. But they're not graded yet. I did a final call out for them to make sure I didn't miss getting anyone. So yes, Jean, it was a summer activity, or what you're most looking forward to this summer. And so I think we had about 15 people. I did that already, that drawing. Linda Hall won that drawing, and she wins a $10 gift certificate for Stampin' Up! Product from me that can be used in the month of June. So congratulations to Linda Hall. And we talked about the top fan being a pain in my butt right now. I cannot copy and paste the entire list of all the top fans and put them into a random number generator. So I randomly picked, and the winners are Wendy Westmoreland, Lisa Wells Play, it's WHELPLEY, Miss Sherry Martin, and Miss Ellen Brover. Woohoo! So I'm going to show right now here. It's a Lisa Well Play, maybe. Wendy Westmoreland, I have your address. Sherry Martin and Ellen, I have yours. I need Lisa's address though. And Linda Hall was the newsletter winner. So, woohoo! Okay, so congratulations, you guys. Lucky duck winners. All right, Jennifer, we'll catch you later. Already cut it out and we'll go back and woohoo. Okay, perfect, Dee Dee. All right, so I'm going to be posting the winners in a graphic for tomorrow morning on my page. Kelly had a paper pumpkin winner. I'll include that winner in there too. So there's a door prize for the paper pumpkin from last week, Thursday. I don't have any paper pumpkins left. You can see that it's emptied out over there. They were actually gone by last week, Thursday or Tuesday before I left. So, no, I'm not sure what else I missed. If you guys tuned in late and you didn't catch the beginning part and you want to go back and watch the replay, as soon as I hit the end button, it will be there. So what is coming up? Nothing for me stamping related in terms of classes or lives this weekend. I'm going to be catching up on everything that I can before I start my first in-person class again on Monday. If you're local to me and looking to join a club, I have a new club starting in July. My old club is ending in June, and so I'll be pulling the hostess names at club class on Monday night. So if you're local and interested in something like that, please reach out to me. Oh, you're very welcome, everybody that's saying thank you. So I have in-person Monday night, 2 on Wednesday, and then we have the monthly class online with you guys on Thursday night. So boom, there you go. And speaking of the Love Monkeys, they're playing at Walleye Weekend, which is this weekend. And so I will be going to see them tomorrow with my friend. So yes, you guys all have a great weekend as well. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Make sure to take a little moment for you and enjoy some crafting time, hopefully, or cooking or whatever hobby it is that you're looking forward to, or clean up the house if that's what's needing it too. I got all the laundry done yesterday, guys. 3 loads of it. Boom, done. It all has to be put away. I hate putting clothes away, but I don't mind washing them. So so if you guys aren't done with your cards, now's the time to finish putting them together and make a couple more. If you really liked this layout, go for it and make a few more. You guys have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. We'll see you live on Tuesday for Tip Tuesday. Lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you. And again, for those that have emailed me in the last week, I'll be working on them in the next 24 hours. I should be back to everybody and get everything caught up on classes and correspondence. So yay, you love the card. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Love you long time.